Hello everyone. Today I want to discuss about sublords. One query came to my Facebook page what actually sublords are. So what are basically sublords? You know each Rashi is divided into 30 degrees. So there are 12 Rashis, that means 12 into 30 will be equals to 360. That will be 360 degrees. Now I know that in the 360 degrees each Rashi is 30 degrees. 30 degree is divided into further parts into, for approximately it is like 2.5 nakshatras that comes into 30 degrees. Okay, so now if you consider one nakshatra, for example, if you take Mesh Rashi, then Mesh Rashi is divided into three nakshatras: Ketu, Venus and Sun. Okay. Now Ketu and Venus acquires more degrees than Sun. Okay. Because some part of the degrees of the Sun goes to the second house or second Rashi, that is Vrishab Rashi. So basically first house is Mesh Rashi. So it has Ketu, Venus and Sun. Now if you see the Ketu nakshatra has certain degrees. Okay, Ketu nakshatra has certain degrees. Now those degrees are further divided into, are ruled by 9 planets, you can say. Okay, not 9, basically 9 planets. Okay, now each planet is ruling some part of those degrees. You understand now? There is a Rashi that is like 30 degrees. Then you divide that Rashi into 3 nakshatras, 3 parts basically. Each part is also further divided. Each nakshatra is also further divided into some degrees. Okay, into 9 parts basically. And each part, that part is ruled by some planet. Like nakshatra is a portion of the degrees from some Rashi that is ruled by some planet, but those degrees of the nakshatras, for example 0 to 13 degrees is there is some nakshatra, then those degrees will be further divided into different into other degrees. Okay, into 9 parts. Okay, that those parts, each part will be lorded by some planet, that is called a sublord. So what is the actual meaning of the sublord? What is the actual meaning of nakshatra? What is the actual meaning of the planet? When I started learning astrology in my early days, I was not focusing on the nakshatra. Okay, I was taking that nakshatras like that only. Okay, these are the nakshatras. Okay, they are like some these planets are present, but we don't care, as we only come to know that there is a Vedic astrology. But when you go into the depth of the astrology, then you will understand what are nakshatras, what are sublords, what are sublords. So what nakshatra says, what nakshatra do is what planet says. For example, if my sun is placed in the 9th house in the Jupiter nakshatra, and Jupiter is the lord of the 11th and the 2nd house, then during the dasha of the sun you will be getting a lot of gains. Why? Because sun is placed in the 9th house as a ruler of the 7th house, and okay, as a ruler of the 7th house or 5th house or 4th house, sun is placed in the 9th house. Okay, and that is a nakshatra is basically Jupiter. So Jupiter is placed in the Jupiter is the lord of the 11th house and the 2nd house. So that is the house of gains. So during the Mahadasha of the sun, you will be likely getting the results of the Jupiter as well. Why? Because what sun is doing, sun is saying to Jupiter, do this. Okay. Then that Jupiter will say to that nakshatra will say to sublord, do this. So basically a particular task which you want to do is divided into 4 to 5 parts. First is planet will say do this stuff, to whom it will say? It will say to nakshatras. So nakshatra will say to sublords. Sublords will say to sublords. Okay, so this process goes on. When all these planets are agreeing to do a particular task, for example, if somebody wants to marry, so these combinations, each and every the planet at every level, planets, nakshatras, sublords, sub-sublords, and these planets should actually agree. Then the marriage will be fixed. Then you will get married. That's why Vedic astrology cannot give a real clue about these things. For example, if Jupiter is placed in the 7th house or 11th house, 2nd house, people generally say this person will marry, but they don't know what nakshatra is saying. If the nakshatras are cancelling the event, nakshatras are saying no, we are not, we don't have the authority to let this person marry. So those planets will say okay, now you don't have authority, so that task will not be done. So in spite of very great planets in the chart, but that person is not able to marry. Why? Because those nakshatras, sublords, sub-sublords are not able to do the exact task basically. Okay. So sublords are very much necessary. They are the most powerful. Why they were the most powerful? Because the people who are the planet who is very much responsible is sub-sublord. Because if sub-sublord denies the result, okay, if it says no, I will not allow this person to marry. Nakshatra is saying okay, that planet has told me to do this stuff, but that planet, that nakshatra is saying no, now you have to, please sublord, you have to do this task. Sublord is saying no, I am not eligible, so that task will not be done. Okay, this is the depth of astrology. People talks of nakshatras, but they never go to sublords. For example, if there are sublords also, but as we don't have an exact birth time, so we don't go to sublords. We only go to the sublords. That is enough for us, basically. Yeah, I think you people have the idea of what are sublords. For example, I will give you different understanding of sublords. For example, there is a central government, there is a state government, and there are the city workers. Now, if central government want to do some task, what it will do? It will ask state government to do such kind of task at the ground level. So state government will ask the city workers or all the people who are responsible to do the jobs there. Okay, so all these three people should agree. Then the task will goes. Only planet. What is central government? Central government is a planet. What is state government? State government is a nakshatra. And what is that thing? Sublords, what is city workers? Basically, those are the local peoples that will implement the task. Those are sublords. Then they will also ask some people, laborers, then okay, do this kind of job. So those people will do. So that are sublords. So basically, all these tasks should be continued towards the. Then if all these people are agreeing, all these planets are agreeing, then the task will be executed. It's not like that nakshatra is saying then this task will go. No, it is not like that. The sublord should agree. That matters most. Okay, so thank you very much for this for listening this video and watching this video. Thank you very much.